Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This week I was just kind of in my studio and I got really inspired because I've been tuning into this podcast and been really getting some inspiration and just that drive and everything. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to rock out a painting just for this person. So this is going to be dedication show number 2. This one is going out to my main man, Gary V. This one is for you. All right, so let's rock this painting out here. The 3 colors that I'm going to be using on this painting, dedication to Gary V, is going to be blue, green, and plain white. I'm going to be using my large size brush here first. This is actually a 3-inch brush. We're going to cover a lot of this canvas with our base color here and just get you set. So what I'm going to do is kind of make a little bit of a darker green. So I'm going to take some of this nice green that I have here, take a little bit of blue, and mix that into some of that green. And that's going to darken it up just a little bit. And you can kind of bring it out into your plate here, as you can see, and just kind of mess with it. Just kind of get that right color that you're looking for. I'm just looking for a little bit of a darker green, and that blue is kind of saturating that very quickly, you can see. And once you kind of have that right color that you like, make a little bit more of it and cover this canvas. Now you can see it's not that bright electric green that I originally had on this plate. It's going to be a little bit of a darker green. And I'm going to put this acrylic paint right smack on this canvas. And again, I'm taking that paint as far as I can go without putting any more paint on my brush. What that's going to help do is make this paint extend a little bit more, so you can use a little bit more. And then also too, it starts drying faster. I'm going to add a little bit of different layers on here, and I want these layers to dry off fast. Now first, this is going to be a little bit of a base color, and you can see on your canvas, you can see that there are some different greens starting to show up. A little bit darker, a little bit lighter. Don't worry, we want that effect. I'm actually making this on purpose to be a little bit messy because we are going to add some abstractness to this painting. So we can see it's a little bit kind of plain green all around here. I'm going to add a little bit more dimension by putting a little bit more blue on my brush and making maybe a little bit of a darker turquoise just right down here. And then I might do a little bit more, yeah, I'm going to do this on the top too. Let's check that out real fast. Cover that canvas. Remember, imperfections are allowed. Right, we want you to be imperfect. We want you to learn how to do these paintings and use this paint. Just mess around with it. Every painting's different. If I were to paint this again here, it would look a lot different. So as you can see, got that nice base layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on some detail work. This is where the dedication comes into a little bit more for my man Gary V. So I want to go ahead and add this nice cool logo right in here. And it's going to be kind of an abstract deal at first, and then it will start taking shape. But what I want to do is kind of make it not so bright. So I'm going to take some of this white and mix it in to maybe a portion of that color I made, just to make it stand out a little bit. Okay, you can see it's obviously a little bit brighter. I'm just using more of a medium-sized brush now. I flipped over. You can even also do a small size brush if you'd like. You can just see I just added some blue into that lighter turquoise feel. It's all about kind of mixing colors, just having fun with it, and just find something that works for you. Now here's where we get a little bit tricky. Again, it's going to have a little bit of abstractness to it, so we don't need perfection. But I know my man Gary V is a big fan and soon to be eventually a future owner of the New York Jets. So this painting is for you, sir. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of just best I can put this kind of logo. Again, I don't want it to be perfect because you'll see why when we start adding a little bit of these extra little details. Okay. And you can see it's a little bit lighter. It's standing out. Now if you want to lighten it up, all you do is you put a little bit more white on your brush, and you can see that that lightens it up quite a bit. Check that logo out. It's coming together. You're starting to see it. Again, I'm going kind of fast on this painting here, but at home, you're more than welcome to take your time. All right, we want you to actually, really get a feel for this. Lettering especially is pretty difficult when you're trying to figure it out here. And then of course you got this nice little line going right across. I'm trying to remember this logo. Sorry, Gary, man, I'm a Bronco fan. I know. At least we're not in the same division, so we can still be friends. Okay, check that out. Again, if you want to highlight, just add a little bit more white on your brush. Look at that. So you're starting to see that logo start to appear a little bit. And got this nice line right here. Now I know on your Jet's logo, it's kind of like an airplane, I believe, going right here, obviously, Jet, right? When you own it, you'll know. You already know, I'm sure. There's that obvious logo now. That's okay, again, if it's not perfect. We want to have it just that vagueness, because you're going to see in the next few steps what we're going to add in this. Now, also, too, I know in that logo, sometimes you might have like a little football going. Right underneath there. Again, I didn't make it bright white for obvious reasons here coming up. So you can see there's your Jets logo right there. Kind of a fun deal. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit more of that color that I have there, that turquoise color. Just mix it up. And I'm going to switch brushes once I have that. I'm going to switch brushes. You can see I'm just making more of that turquoise. Again, I want a little bit more green in there too, because the Jets are that green and white team. And I'm going to switch to my smaller size brush. This guy right here. It's a flat brush, you can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some white into that turquoise. Bring some of that over. And this is gonna be the Jets in some nature here. I wanted to kind of happen a little bit more nature. We are actually working on water techniques on our show, Brushing Up with Sean. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some water here. And these are going to be like little diamond shapes that are just kind of randomly happening through your painting here. It's going to look like this logo is happening in nature. And that is the idea of it, is just to really kind of have some fun with these paintings. And this is where it comes in, where you can make it like, hey, I can make mistakes on this because nature's not perfect, and I'm going to use that to our advantage for sure on this painting. I'm using that lighter bit of green, kind of similar to what I used with the Jets logo there. Sorry, I was just in the middle of what I'm doing. Again, I'm making these random shapes, these like almost like flattened diamonds that are just at very random, no rhyme or reason to it, but you want to kind of have that feel that there's some movement with this painting. Check that out. Just fun. It's just fun just to mess around with it. Water, again, is a little bit more of a difficult, oh, drop my brush. A little bit more of a difficult kind of thing to work with because it's always moving, and you're like, how the heck do I, figure that out? Really, go look at some water and go take a photo. That'll capture it right away. And the more times you kind of work with this and practice with this kind of technique, the better you tend to get. Now you can see I've got some kind of highlights happening here, but I really want to just go back to maybe some of the low lights. All right, while I'm just got that same color on my brush, I'm going to add a little bit of blue into that turquoise, and I am gonna just go ahead and add some of that different color in here. Now, of course, what that does is gonna add a new reflection, and I'm just barely, with a little bit of paint on my brush, just kind of adding a new dimension to this. It's almost like it's reflecting whatever's in the sky with this color. You can see it adds a new feel. And I'm going in and out of some of those kind of waves that are happening, those triple effects there. It's a new color. It's a little bit more blue in there. Again, I don't want to add too much blue because really the jets are that green color. But I do want to add a little bit more realism into this by adding that new color. Check that out. It just adds a total different feel. And you can almost like, see, I'm going to go a little bit over some of the jets there. Again, I'm looking a little bit more realistic and having fun. And this aqua color just really looks beautiful. Try not to spend too much time on it. Alright, and I'm just kind of just checking it out. And if you want to, step back away from your painting here so you can see, what's coming up. Maybe put some of that blue reflection right over some of those highlights. Check that out. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, and if you want to darken it up, all you really do, if you wanted to really darken some areas, just put some of that plain blue on your small brush, and you can see it just adds a little bit more of a shadow within some of your feels. Okay, now I want to add some more highlights. So I'm going to take some of my beautiful color, aqua, and let's just add some sparkles in here. Some random light coming off of these waves here. Using that flat, smaller size brush again. And it's just adding a nice little bit of highlight. And if you want to, you can even add a little bit of sparkles. And these highlights just really take over some of the movement of your painting. It's kind of like a hidden message now. So there you go, Gary V. You got some water. You got the jet symbol just happened to maybe shine some light in that water somehow. But that is it, buddy. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for what you do, all your content, everything that you shell out, all your words that you say. It makes such an impact on not only myself, but so many people out there. So keep it going, keep it rocking, and keep painting, man. Enjoy. So I hope you liked that quick kind of tutorial on, again, we're getting back into our water. This was a special one because it was our dedication show number 2, going out to Gary V. But I really wanted you to kind of just have some fun with it, have some fun with your paintings too at home. I hope you're enjoying learning some new techniques. Keep it going, guys. See you next time.